Can I'll say, and then we can just
Yeah.
block it.
Okay. Right. I think. Are you ready to start?
Yes. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello and welcome back to the Scandi Reviews podcast. I'm your host, clean-shaven Ben, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host.
Sam Much. Kind
Hell
of half clean
yeah.
shaven.
Um, this is on a completely different day to the last podcast you saw.
Yeah, totally.
So Sam,
We haven't just been playing games and having drinks.
as it is the 10th of October as of recording, um, what's it like to be out of quarantine? How are you feeling?
It's incredible. I'm absolutely
I'd
loving it.
like you to detail the past 48 hours, everything you did with the
All
homies
right,
out of
you
quarantine.
ready for my prediction?
No,
I mean, not
Sam,
prediction. You ready
it's
for
not
my?
prediction. It's
You
actually
ready
what
for
you
my?
did.
Yeah, you ready for my retelling?
Yeah.
All right, so it's now, of course, the 10th of October, not the 3rd. Totally not the 3rd. Um, on Thursday, after my lectures, I saw my girlfriend. We went on a nice trip to McDonald's, and uh, she stayed over, and we had a very nice time. Watched a couple of movies. I introduced her to Harry Potter, and then of course we went on a walk the day after. And after that, I met with the boys. We I think went for some Nando's, and went to the pub.
God
I'm gonna
damn, that Nando's
manifest that.
slapped.
It's so good. I'm gonna manifest that to hope it happens. I mean, totally, it already
Oh,
happened. Sorry, it already
that was
happened.
a bit, guys. If you didn't get it, we were just acting.
Yeah, the only difference between this one and the last one is that we're now rocking the football tops
We're
of our
now
favorite team,
political. I'm now representing the Labour colours,
and
and
I'm
Sam's
representing. Oh no, no, don't,
yeah,
no,
disgusting conservative.
no. But Brighton voted green a lot.
Oh my
Brighton is a green
god.
team.
Oh my god.
That's partly why I support them, to be honest.
Brighton needs to go. Is that as well why you have a forest green career mode on FIFA? Because they're like a vegan football club.
No, because I don't like. Basically a carnivore. I've already said that in the last podcast.
Yeah, no, but they're very recycle. They recycle a lot. Sorry, I moved my mic so my wires can be
That is actually
entangled.
partly to do with it, to be
Oh
honest.
my god.
No, but it's mainly just because I was interested in why they were called forest green and I researched them.
Yeah.
Their kits in like 2019 are very nice, and they're also 100% recycled.
Oh, that's what you want when you buy a
I
football
don't
top.
I don't agree with I don't like veganism in that because like I like meat too much, but they
Yeah.
are carbon neutral, which is good.
Fantastic.
How is that not a good thing? You're left wing. You should be a
Yeah, I'm left wing. I'm a radicalist, you know, leftist scum.
socialist.
But I respect people who use a lot of carbon as well. I
To a
do.
certain
Bloody
extent.
love monoxide me.
Oh,
Every day I
absolutely. Carbon monoxide. Absolutely love it.
every day I wake up, have a pint of carbon monoxide, and then I'm ready for my day. Maybe
I've
that's
got a
why
little
I'm the way
story.
I am the way I am.
I've got a little story about that actually. Um,
About having a pint of carbon monoxide every day.
no, about carbon monoxide in general. When I
Yeah.
was in P7 or P6, I had this. I had a substitute teacher, or like, my teacher was off for a while, so I had this teacher for a few weeks, and at one point, she taught us about carbon monoxide. I
Yeah.
think this was a lie, but she told us that all of her family died in a carbon monoxide accident. Now, if this wasn't a lie, I really apologize to this teacher in case she's watching because I don't remember her name. She also was taught us maths and it was really boring. But yeah, she to teach us about the dangers of carbon monoxide. She was like, "Be careful about carbon monoxide." I see Ben's dying, by the
I'm
way.
sorry, it's just it's just the phrase her entire family died in a carbon monoxide accident.
Yeah, she told us this. She was trying to teach us about the dangers of carbon monoxide, and she was like, "Oh, my family went to sleep, and then there was a carbon monoxide thing, and
Oh my god.
I managed to escape But then looking back on it, I don't know how she managed to escape because the whole point was that they didn't have a carbon monoxide alarm, and
Oh
carbon
my
monoxide
god.
doesn't is odorless, I think.
Yeah, but it's just
So
like,
she must have just had a sixth sense
yeah.
towards spotting
Oh my
carbon
god.
monoxide.
That teacher, if you're watching, I'm very sorry. Please consider subscribing.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
We
I'm
didn't
sorry for
mean we
exposing you.
we didn't mean to dox your entire family for dying from
I'm
carbon
really sorry,
monoxide.
but I'm just saying it as a statement to say that
That
one
stuck with you.
story has literally given me a phobia of dying of carbon monoxide.
Yeah,
Like whenever I hear a noise coming from my radiator, I think I'm gonna die. Like
yeah,
literally. I've got a genuine fear of dying from carbon monoxide, which is probably a good thing.
yeah. That's a
But
very.
it doesn't feel like a good thing.
It's not like my fear of ducks, which is
Yeah, see,
completely justified.
that's
My
how is it
fear of.
justified?
Oh my
Tell us that
god.
story. I feel like there's a story behind that.
Yeah. We were in Leicester. We being my family. I think it was just my mum actually. And I had a loaf of bread, to feed the ducks. I was running about handing them bread. You, let's have some. You, what is it? Bread, of course. And then there's this one aggressive duck, and I was like, you know what, bud? You're at the end of the line. You're gonna get your bread when I'm finished with everyone else. And then I went to give him the bread, and the little sod. I was about to swear there. Very sorry, Grandma.
Close.
Um, yeah, he bit me. So on basic
Oh,
principle, I booted him across the park and then
of course.
beat him to death as his family watched. No, I didn't. I didn't do anything. I was a little child. I was a little 6-year-old, maybe even 5. I was a little baby boy, and I had just been brutally attacked by a duck. And since then, I've hated them. And actually, where we've moved to, um, there's a river, and
Hmm.
there's lots of ducks that just sit on the bank.
What route is this? The like walk that you can take that takes you to Drill Side?
Yeah, it's the Drill
Is that
River,
that bit?
but it's like where the church is. When you're going up to Abdul's, it doesn't sound classy, but it's like the riverbank beside the church. There's
Yeah.
loads of ducks there, and it's rancid. I hate ducks just
Oh
inherently.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Um, that's about
I
it.
quite like ducks.
Also, speaking of things that scarred me as a child, when this podcast comes out, which will be tomorrow, the 11th of October. My review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will have been out for a substantial amount of time, and I just like to take this time to say, Tim Burton, I know you're watching. You scarred me as a child.
Tim
With
Burton is a huge fan of the
with
podcast.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's messaged me and he's like, Ben, what can I do to make my films better? And I'm like, bro, just don't be as creepy. Like,
Yeah.
genuinely, he terrifies me. The man, not his films, but as well, The Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride genuinely scarred me as a child.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is hella overrated, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but it is not that good.
it's not, and it's terrifying, and it terrified
It
me.
annoys me.
And Katrina McIntyre, I'm just gonna say her full name. I'm not gonna shout out her Instagram because she almost
We're on
subjected me.
blast. No, you've got to shout your Instagram.
Okay, Katrina, your Instagram will be in the description. But that's all you're getting. She sent me a video yesterday and she was like, "Oh, you should watch The Corpse Bride." So I talked to my mum about it and I was like, "This sounds like a Tim Burton movie. Did this one scar me as a child as well?" And she was like, "Yeah, you told me to turn it off when we watched it." So Katrina, thanks for almost making me relive a childhood memory that almost destroyed me. Well in.
I
But no,
remember two films. Oh yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
it's just I don't know, because I feel sorry in my review because like I finish a paragraph by saying, God, I hate this movie. And it's not the movie. I don't like Tim Burton's direction at all.
I know what you mean. I'm
Because
not a fan.
he makes things so dark
Apart
when
from
they're just unnecessary.
I wouldn't say that. The review will be out by the time this is on, so I'm gonna say
Yeah.
the score. I wouldn't give it a 2 out of 10.
I
I'd
just
give
think
it a.
personally with me, it was a 2 out of 10. I almost cried while watching it.
That's fair. I
Um,
would give it a 5.5 or
not
6.
because not emotionally. It was just because I'd forgotten how bad it was, and I was like,
Yeah.
God, I've got to finish this film, and then write a review of it. So while I was
I suppose
writing the review, I had to put on the original film's soundtrack to listen to.
it's even worse when compared to the Gene Wilder one, because Gene
Yeah,
Wilder
because
one is
Gene
amazing.
Wilder, I'm pretty sure we said this in the last podcast and in my review, but Gene Wilder made me want to become an actor. His
He's amazing.
performance in that and Robin Williams' performances in Mrs. Doubtfire and Aladdin made me want to become an actor.
I still haven't seen a lot of Robin Williams' best films, like
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting and stuff like that.
Oh, that's incredible.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it is so good. I'm certain it's on Netflix still.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. I
Mhm.
just haven't got around to it. Yeah, I really need to see that.
Mhm.
But I think there's 2 films from when I was a child that I can remember being like, turn this off. It's
Yeah.
like scaring me. And they were Coraline.
Oh my God.
Wait,
I didn't even watch that. I didn't even bother watching
no,
that because
I absolutely Coraline is a brilliant film.
yeah. Oh
I bought the
no.
DVD like right here, I think. Oh, I don't know, but yeah, Coraline and one of the I think Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which
All
is a
right.
weird choice. I
Yeah.
watched it when I was a little kid, and they were being mean to the apes at the start, so I cried
Yeah.
because I was like 10.
Yeah, and you loved apes.
I did actually monkeys like the wee monkeys are my I think they're called like cap cap capuchin monkeys. They're my favorite
Yeah.
animals, honestly. I love them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told you this before, but I love the little monkeys.
Yeah, another film. It's not even a film. It's just a scene from a film, and it's the beginning scene in Finding Nemo. I
Oh
still
yeah.
can't watch that. I have to skip through it, and just
I don't know
because
if there's
it's
any other films
terrifying.
like that. Most films I can sit through. I'm quite good
Yeah,
at it.
and I've stayed on many occasions, mostly to myself in the shower because I think it's funny. But if Tim Burton's films were to be wiped off the face of the planet, I'd only be sad about Batman 1989, not 1899. He's not that old. He's not been around
That
for
would be
that
quite
long.
interesting, to be fair.
Yeah, I would
I would pay to
actually
watch that.
seen him with like yeah, but it
That's
couldn't be
when Red
Gotham. It
Dead
would have to be
Redemption 2 was
London.
set. Oh
Um,
yeah. Anyway, carry on.
and Beetlejuice because I love Beetlejuice,
I,
but just it's
honestly,
mainly
man,
because of Michael Keaton's performance.
you really have to see Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
That
need to,
film,
and
that film is a masterpiece, honestly. And I don't like
um,
Tim Burton, but that film is amazing.
and Sweeney Todd because I like the music from Sweeney Todd.
I haven't seen it.
Um, I haven't seen it either, but apparently it's quite good. And you know, in The Office, Andy does a performance of it,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
that episode
yeah.
got me to download the soundtrack and start listening to it. It's really good.
Hmm. I really want to see Ed Wood as well. It's it's Johnny Depp, and he
Yeah,
plays uh he's a real life director, Ed Wood. He was in like I think he was in the 50s, and he was like a B
yeah.
horror movie director.
Oh,
So he directed loads of like pretty bad B horror movies in the 50s, because like
yeah.
that was a big genre, like B horror.
Hmm. I just
Um,
looked them up. Sorry.
and apparently the movie's like brilliant.
Yeah,
Ed Wood.
yeah. I just looked him up. Sorry.
I really want to watch it.
Mhm. I looked him up, not the film. He,
The film's meant to be brilliant.
yeah, he wrote over. Oh
Is
no,
that
what
Bill
was that?
Murray? Ah!
He wrote
Bill
over
Murray's in it.
80 pulp, crime,
And Sarah
horror,
Jessica
and sex
Parker.
novels. No, okay. Well in
Yeah,
Ed.
he was like a CD sort of horror slash like
Yeah.
softcore sort of director. But
No.
it sounds like a really interesting film, and it's meant to be brilliant. It's also got Patricia Arquette in it.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I
Like,
probably
that's a
do.
good cast.
Mhm.
You'll know her. Have you seen True Romance?
No, I haven't actually.
It's written by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a brilliant film. You should check it out.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I want to be mature enough that I can watch Tim Burton films and not think, oh, he's just doing this to be edgy.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that whenever I watch his films, like Alice in Wonderland, for example, he wrote out the animated one from the 50s is genuinely one of my favorite animated films of all time. It's like
Well,
a
that's not. Yeah.
comfort film.
No, the Johnny Depp one isn't good, is it?
No, it's really
It's just
bad
not good.
because it's so dark and it doesn't need to be like you can make a dark twist of Alice in Wonderland because it is quite a dark story.
Yeah, it can do really well dark.
Yeah, but not the way he did it.
No.
And
I feel like.
but also
Yeah.
Professor Snape as the caterpillar is genuinely one of the best cast roles.
Wait, like Alan Rickman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would be good in that role actually. Yeah, no, I don't think appreciating Tim Burton is an age thing. I think it's just a preference thing.
Yeah. Maybe
Like,
when I get a bit more edgy.
My family don't like Tim Burton. And
Yeah.
they're like my dad is very sort of he's got a broad taste when it comes to cinema. He's not a big fan of Tim Burton.
Yeah. But I do
Oh
I
yeah.
like the sorry. No, what were you gonna say? I can wait.
I was just I
Well, I can say can wait. Sorry.
I like I think three off the top of my head, three Tim Burton films like properly.
Yeah.
There was Edward Scissorhands, which is amazing. It's honestly a top class film. There's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children,
Oh.
which came out in like 2016 or something.
Yeah. I remember
It was a
the
book
trailers
series,
for that.
really like it was a brilliant book series, like really interesting. And they made it into a film, and it was like up until the ending, it was exactly what I expected. The ending was pretty bad, but the whole film was like really good. I think it was partly just like it's got middling reviews, but I really enjoyed it just because partly it was like I really wanted to see that film on
Yeah.
like on screen because it's a brilliant book series.
Yeah.
And I can't. What did I tell you? The third one that I liked was.
Ed Wood.
I really didn't like Beetlejuice actually.
Did you not?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, so you've not
I haven't
seen
I
it,
just
so
said
you.
I really want to see it.
All right.
No, I told you I was like I really want to see it. Oh wait, hang on. It was Frankenweenie. I like Frankenweenie.
Oh, I've not seen that.
The one about the zombie dog. It was a
Yeah.
kids film.
Yeah. I'm just
It
gonna.
was good.
I'm gonna quickly go through his.
I haven't seen Edward.
Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 1993. Why does it feel like it only came out in like
It's not directed
2004?
by him.
Is it not?
Yeah, it does feel like a sort of. No, it was his idea. It was conceived by him, but it was directed by. Was it Mike Nichols that directed that, or was it someone else?
I'm looking up his.
I might be getting mixed up.
It was Henry Selick.
Oh, I was getting
Charles
mixed up,
Henry
yeah.
Selick. I'm just gonna look up his filmography.
Henry Selick, I recognize that.
Mars Attacks. I'm not seen that.
Did he do Coraline? Yes.
Did he?
Henry Selick did Coraline.
All right. Oh wait, have I been
Coraline
slandering?
like an amazing film.
Have I been slandering Tim Burton this whole time?
Yeah, Henry Selick did.
I really
Coraline,
hope Tim
that's
Burton
what
did Corpse Bride. So yeah, he did. Okay.
He did it with Mike Nichols, I think.
Yeah. This is Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Tim.
Mike Nichols.
No, Tim. just call him Tim at this point. Yeah, because we're on first name basis, Tim and I.
Oh, that's how I recognize Mike Nichols.
Why?
Mike Nichols
Yeah.
did The Graduate.
Oh damn. Okay.
Wait, did he? Is he the one that did Corpse Bride? I'm worried I'm getting mixed up.
No, Tim did.
Oh, it's Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
It's Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
I was so curious as to how the director of The Graduate and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf ended up
Yeah.
directing Corpse Bride. It's Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
I've been getting that name so wrong this whole time.
No, it's just.
Yeah, the
I don't
director
know.
of Mike Nichols did Star Runners.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what that is. Yeah, sorry, Mike Nichols. I got it in my head because I did a whole review of The Graduate.
Yeah.
By the way, my graduate review, I changed my mind.
Oh, damn.
Honestly, I rewatched it since I did the review.
Yeah.
I think The Graduate is one of my favorite films. I would seriously I think I might give it a 10 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10 in the
Yeah.
review.
I
I preferred it more on the rewatch.
I think we should revisit reviews that we now don't agree with. At some point, whether it's like
I'd like to
a redacted review. Yeah, I want to
maybe for what if for like for the 100 posts I review
re-review our first reviews.
Razorhead.
Yeah, should we do that? Oh, you're getting a little spoiler
first...
on the 11th of October.
On the 11th
because that is this day.
Yeah, because our first review was a Razorhead, so maybe if I rewatch a Razorhead and review it for our 100, that might be a while anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to
because we don't have time to do reviews like every day now. It's like every week.
Yeah, I tried to go on a bit of a
every
stretch.
Week is decent.
Yeah, I tried to go on a bit of a stretch, but then just got burned out after the Willy Wonka review.
I can't conceivably write reviews every 2 days, considering how much I'm doing and how long my reviews are. Because my reviews have gotten quite in depth.
My reviews have, stayed around about the same length.
They're good though. I really liked your what was the game called?
Fractured Minds.
I really liked that review. I thought it was great.
That was personal though.
Yeah,
like it wasn't really an analytical view on the game. It was just here. I wanted to get like everything out about my mental health. To be honest.
No, that was one of my favorite reviews that you've ever done. To be honest.
Yeah, because as much as like I try to be funny all the time, I really struggle with my mental health sometimes, and that game helped so much with me realizing that I'm not alone and that thousands, hundreds of thousands and millions of people go through the exact same thing and have done for the past 6 months, and no matter how how hard it is during a pandemic, it's going to be okay eventually. And that I'm not alone.
Yeah, I've gone through it as well.
And the
like it's rough.
Like because in the game, I don't want to spoil it, but like the twist is, the person you're running away from, they hold up a mirror to your face, and for the whole game you've been running away from yourself and your like the dark side of you, and that kind of it was a really resonant.
That twist that you described in your review sounded like amazing.
Yeah, because like it's not a very long game. I didn't really put hours into it because it's a short game. It takes you like 20 minutes to complete, but that 20 minutes completely changed my perception of my mental health. Your
outlook, yeah.
Yeah, because it was. Should I get into the story when I played it for the first time?
Yeah, go for it. Honestly.
Right. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, it's just parts. I was because I wrote in my review that my mum was a nurse, and and she worked during the pandemic, but not in a COVID ward, which, to be honest, was worse, because I was then worried about how she'd accidentally get it, even though she was safe. And because no, I only live with my mum. So when she was away, I was on my own, and I just played this game. I felt really bad that day. Went onto Game Pass and saw this game, and I was like, okay, there's only 200 megabytes that'll download in like a minute. And I played it, and I finished it, and I started crying.
Yeah.
And then just because it felt so real, because the game, like the narration in your head, is like the game tells you to do something and then punishes you for doing that thing, and it's exactly how I feel daily. If that,
I'm past that now, but I had a stage as well where I was at that same sort of state, and that was like, I feel I could have done with this game like a year ago.
but like,
I'm settled with myself now, but
yeah. So I completed it, cried, realized that, you know, I still felt awful, but I wasn't alone in how I felt, and that other people did have, you know, anxiety, and I wasn't just the only person feeling the way I did. I don't know. It's quite a dull story. There's no really big twists in my recounting of it. But I played the game. I cried because of how real it felt. And now I'm pretty much all good. You know, I still do have anxiety, but it's not as doesn't feel as bad as it was at that point.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have anxiety as well, but since I think I don't want to get deep, but like my girlfriend has helped me with it a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was struggling with it a lot like a year ago.
Yeah.
The analogy I sort of it's not really an analogy, but like the story I sort of use is that like I was like really bad, and I was going to the doctors a lot for this like period of time.
Yeah.
And you still sink into those sort of stages, but it has like she has really helped with it, but like, you know, that's the sort of game that I really could have, that would have really resonated with me. It was still resonating with me, but like a year ago, where I was at like my worst sort of point.
Because I replayed it to
like
write my review.
I do really want to check out that game, because like it's the sort of thing that.
Sorry, you froze.
Oh yeah, sorry. You've been frozen for about 10 minutes.
Oh God.
No, it's fine. You're the one screen recording, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, I wasn't speaking.
Oh right, then you didn't freeze. Okay, you were just staring at the ground then.
Oh.
No, because
I'm scribbling into my desk.
Okay, yeah, because I replayed the game to write my review, and even though I still don't feel it. Sorry, I'm very close to the mic. I feel, even though I don't feel,
the audio's fine.
Even though I don't, it's not as like severe as it was, and I can somewhat control my anxiety and how I feel. Now it's still, I still had that like, butterflies in my stomach type feeling when, like the second task is you go through birthday presents, and then the narrations is like, why did you do that? What are you doing? It's still, I don't know. Even if you're not like breaking down every day over your anxiety, even if you just do have anxiety, then I think you should. Actually, no. I think everyone should just play the game.
That's that's where I'm at with it right now. Is
Mhm.
that I'm not like every waking minute I'm feeling like sad or stressed about it. That
Yeah.
was the situation which I was in. Now it's at the point where I'm feeling okay in general, but
Mhm.
in any sort of situation I'm put in, I can't cope. But that's just me. I'm used to that.
Yeah, I think
But
what's helped a lot with my anxiety as well was um starting the page really helped
mhm,
because like we've talked a lot about stuff we were gonna do, like the we talked about the bands we were gonna make when we were playing 2K earlier,
yeah,
which we still should do. I should probably learn guitar before we do that. But we did that, and then the short
I
films we were
just
gonna
don't
make
recommend.
and just fell apart because
Mhm.
of timing. But the fact that we just decided to make this Instagram page, and now it's at, I'm going to estimate here because we're recording in advance, I don't know, like 620 followers in
7,000 hopefully.
maybe a million. Have we already
Oh,
dropped the
imagine
march?
we would be the high. I think we would be the highest film review account if we had a million for
Oh my
sure.
god, that would be. Could you imagine the brand deals rolling in every day?
Insane.
Who do you think is the biggest? Do you think it's misquoted? Because he is huge.
What's happened to Misquoted? I haven't seen Misquoted in ages.
I don't know.
I haven't
Um,
seen them in the
yeah,
group chat for ages.
yeah.
They haven't posted since August.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I
they
kind of
had
wanted.
21.9K. No, there is more. There is more. There's like
Oh,
cinema language or something
oh my god!
that has
Yeah,
I follow them on my personal account. Hang on.
yeah.
That has 135K.
Oh my god! So
But
if we had a,
there'll be more.
could you imagine
No, but
we got a million followers on Instagram, and this idea
that'd be
started
insane.
from you just saying, Ben, do you want to start a film review page
No,
while we
like
were on a
review
bus
movies.
to get burgers in St Andrews?
I mean, in fairness, that the cinema language is just pictures.
There's barely
Like
reviewing.
there's no reviews. It's a selfie with Sam. The most recent post is a selfie with Sam Jackson, Quentin Tarantino, and Christoph Waltz, and it says the world's greatest selfie ever taken. And then it's just pictures of Denis Villeneuve and his movies.
Have you seen that guy that does? I don't even know his Instagram. It'll be in the description, the boys. When I boys and girls when I get it. um, a guy that takes pictures from films and then goes to the locations they were shot in and puts
Oh,
the
I've
pictures
seen him.
over. Yeah, he's
I saw
amazing.
he's
Oh, it's
yeah,
stepping
that's
through
so
film,
cool.
isn't it? Stepping through film.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that kind in ages.
Yeah, he's
I think
so
I follow
good.
him on my main account. Well,
Yeah,
not my
I
main,
follow
but
him as
my
well. I think. Oh, I was in a Beatles
second if I do
museum.
follow him.
I was in a
Well, I
Beatles
did.
museum in Liverpool last February, and pardon me, sorry, I I got onto the Wi-Fi. My mum and I had gone for we just got something to drink after the museum, and I went on Instagram because there was free Wi-Fi. So of course, scroll through Instagram, and then his account popped up, and I started going through his posts, and they're incredible.
That's so
Like
cool.
genuinely beautiful pictures with film screenshots.
That'd be so cool,
And
like traveling to different
I
locations
know,
that like you've seen in films, and then
yeah,
having
that'd
like
be so good.
posing for those like pictures that match up completely must be the most satisfying thing
I
ever.
know. Oh, we could
Honestly.
do it with the railway man. We could just walk along to St Monans, go to the church, and then recreate the
I mean,
scene.
it's not too hard to go about Scotland. Like we could go to
Yeah,
Edinburgh and
and St
um
Andrews even.
match. We could go to Edinburgh and match up the first scene from Trainspotting
Oh my
when they're
god.
running along
Yeah,
Princess Street.
yeah. I think
Trainspotting was a masterpiece, by the way.
stepping through film did that. It was in
Oh,
Edinburgh. and he
Yeah,
did
but
it.
that's our country. Then it's
Yeah.
not stealing if we do it because it's our country.
It's our country.
I mean, I'm not.
This is
I'm
my
not
country.
an
I have to
Edinburgh.
defend
I'm
it.
not from Edinburgh. I'm not from Edinburgh, but I'm Scottish.
I wish I was. I kind of do wish I was from Edinburgh, or at least in Edinburgh. It just feels
What's
like
a Glasgow film? Oh yeah, sorry. What were you saying? Sorry.
Wee Man. I think I watched Wee Man on Netflix in like 2014, and someone kicked a dog, so I turned it off.
What were you saying about wanting to be from Edinburgh?
I don't know. It just because the fringe is there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it would be a really good place to be from. I don't know. That's about it. That's about as deep as I get.
Yeah.
As emotionally intelligent as I get, it just seems nice, to be honest.
I mean, I know I'm from Glasgow, so I'm biased, but I would rather be from Glasgow. But just because like it's more atmospheric, I think.
Yeah, I was born in Kirkcaldy, so I just my
Is
instinct is just to get as far away from there as possible.
Kirkcaldy is the best.
Which is hence why I say I was born in Dover, just because Kirkcaldy is kind of grim.
I suppose Glasgow's less sort of generically picturesque than Edinburgh, but I prefer Glasgow. I think it's got my personality.
Glasgow is just an indie version of Edinburgh.
No, it literally is. Glasgow's so cool.
Yeah, I think the last time I was in Glasgow was this is going to sound pathetic. 2016.
You've not been to Glasgow in 4 years.
Yeah, actually, it could be like a. Oh, I don't actually think I can say this on the podcast. Actually, no, it's been 4 years. We had to get my passport renewed so I could go on the New York trip. And it was like October that we went through, and we were going like the next week or in the next 2 weeks, and we just dipped through to Glasgow.
I can't believe you haven't been to Glasgow since then.
Oh man, well, it was quite nice. It was a nice trip.
City. Like not being biased, it's amazing.
But we just drove through.
Amazing.
We just drove through to Glasgow, came back, and I had a passport. It was easy. Yeah. Yikes.
Mm-hmm. It's genuinely a really beautiful city.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that.
I was staying in these accommodations. It was near Mary Hill, which isn't a great area, but the walk from my student accommodation to Glasgow Uni was brilliant. Like you walk over this bridge over a beautiful sort of. I think it was the River Clyde that was over like a beautiful little church.
Yeah.
Past Byers Road, which is like a really personality-filled street, lots of fun shops. Glasgow Uni itself is like insanely picturesque. Like it's like the best looking uni out of like in Scotland pretty much. And then right next to Glasgow Uni there's Kelvin Grove Park, which is a huge park. There's some rough areas of Glasgow. There's like more noticeably rough areas of Glasgow.
Yeah.
More than
but
Edinburgh.
There's rough places everywhere. Like Dundee, that's just one big rough city.
Oh yeah, but I mean like compared to Glasgow and Edinburgh, like there's more. I'd say there's more rough areas of Glasgow, but Glasgow, it's got more personality to it, and the nice places I prefer to Edinburgh because they feel less touristy.
Yeah.
That's Edinburgh's problem. I feel like they're much less like. It feels less genuine.
Yeah, I really like Edinburgh. The day I went through for my Napier interview was like amazing. Just because I was just alone in Edinburgh. I had one thing to do, and then I could just enjoy the city. And it was really nice but I didn't really do much because I got off the train, I had a McDonald's, then went for a coffee, to psych myself up for the interview.
Yeah.
Got a taxi through to Napier. Had to sit for an hour because my interview was delayed. And I got on the train home. But it was really nice. It was really nice just, being there for
Edinburgh
the
is
day.
lovely.
Yeah.
Me and Lucy, my girlfriend, if people don't know, if I'm just talking about Lucy, we went there the week before I moved away.
Yeah.
And we stayed for the weekend.
Yeah.
We were just on Rose Street, which is just off Princess Street, which, if anyone doesn't know, is like the main sort of shopping street.
Yeah.
Well, there's the two main streets there's Princess Street on one side of the bridge, and then there's the Royal Mile on the other. Which the Royal Mile is the nicest one.
Princess Street is the train spotting one.
Yeah, Princess Street is the one that started train spotting. Royal Mile is the really picturesque one that you'll think of when you think of Edinburgh if you're not Scottish. Basically.
Yeah, that's
basically
fair.
it, isn't it?
That's a good way to think of it.
The amount of tourist shops and bagpipe players.
Most of the fringe is on the Royal Mile, isn't it?
Yeah, almost.
Can we talk about the fringe for a bit? Because
okay.
Genuinely,
this can just be a Scottish episode.
Yeah, because they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom until they offer us to be in a unity with them, and we'll say, yeah, sure, we'll have some colonies, we'll commit some atrocities.
We'll regret it and we'll want to leave.
But yeah, genuinely, one of my goals in life is to perform at the fringe, like to do stand up or like a play at the fringe. I don't know. We used to go through like every year to Edinburgh, to go to the fringe. And it just the atmosphere was unlike anything else.
Yeah.
I think it might just be, Edinburgh's energy, because it just is a really energetic city. Like during Christmas with the Christmas market, that's incredible. Yeah, and we went through and we didn't even watch anything. We just walked through everyone handing out stuff. And I was just like, damn, I want to be here one day.
Yeah. It's a brilliant atmosphere.
Yeah. And like people just coming up to you, having a chat, and then saying, oh, do you want to come to a show? Like instead of like people just saying, come to this show Friday at 7, tickets are 15 quid. They actually talk to you before trying to sell you on the show.
I mean, Scotland is a very friendly place in general.
Yeah, it's friendly in the sense that if you talk to someone, they'll become your friend and then give you, like, if someone asks for directions from someone Scottish, will become your friend and then tell you where to go. Whereas I feel like in England, it's just you ask someone where to go and they'll just tell you where to go.
I feel like we retain that British trait where if you see someone in the street, you'll just nod and smile.
Actually,
it's not very sociable.
I say England, but
actually greeting someone.
It's mainly the south, and by the south I just mean Dover. Not Dover. No, I didn't mean Dover. I meant London.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
no, but I mean
Liverpool. Like everyone is so friendly in Liverpool.
Oh, everyone was lovely when I was in
honestly
Liverpool.
Unreal. And sometimes it's a bit irritating how nice people are. Like, because there's this chippy that it was the first place I went to for something to eat with my mum in Liverpool, and the guy was so nice there. And it was the same guy the second time we went to Liverpool, and he was so nice again. But I don't know, the fringe is just, it felt like such an unattainable goal when I thought, hey, stand-up could be cool, when I was like 12. But now, like, we're actually, I don't know, now that it's within like a year of work's reach, yeah, it feels so strange.
I don't think it's unattainable.
No, but like when I was like, hey, I kind of want to be at the fringe eventually doing something. It just felt like, like the peak of like the best comedians were at the fringe, the best actors, the best directors, shows were at the fringe. And now that like, if I was to spend a year doing stand up and open mic nights, that I could have the skills to be at the Fringe.
Yeah.
It's weird.
James, our friend James, has performed at the Fringe, hasn't he?
On the
That's
night
like
of
amazing, isn't it?
yeah, on the night of your birthday, we were talking to him. No, I was talking to him and Hamish, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't want to big myself up, so I'm going to try and quote them directly." They were like, "Yeah, you're genuinely one of the funniest people we know. You could easily be at the Fringe," which
No,
I don't
you
think
are good.
is true. I don't think I'm. I try to be funny, but I don't think I'm that funny.
No, you are funny. You've got
Like,
some like genuinely good jokes.
yeah, most of
Like,
them.
there's a difference between being funny in like a conversation and being like funny.
Yeah,
Like, as in like comedian wise, and I think you've got
yeah,
the comedian wise part.
yeah,
I think I've got the being funny in a conversation part, but like I've got good comedic timing, but I don't have the sort of like the individual jokes.
yeah.
That's why I'm good at being a comedic actor, but I'm bad at being
Mhm.
a comedian.
Yeah, I think.
Like yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Oh no, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was just saying that, like I would say my main thing as an actor is I'm good at being a comedic actor, but I could never be a stand-up comedian. It's a completely different skill.
Yeah, without trying to sound like really cocky, I genuinely think I could be both, because most of my acting is just jokes. Like all the characters I've loved playing in drama and stuff, and in not even short films, because we haven't done comedic short films yet.
No, the only
They've
one
been
we've really done was mine.
they've been funny characters, and that just, I don't know. There's
No,
just
you
something.
genuinely could.
There's something really special about bringing your performance to a character and then people laughing at that,
Hmm.
and laughing at the character and not you.
I felt
Um,
so good. In my advanced higher drama, I was doing Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf,
yeah,
and it was my favorite role ever. I was playing George, who's like the main sort of male lead,
mhm,
and I'm not trying to big myself up, but I'm just saying this is my main strength, I'd say, like when I'm acting. Like I'm not an amazing actor, but this is like the one thing that I'm like I pride myself in is my comedic timing. So making lines that on the surface don't sound comedic,
yeah,
like be funny. It's just about like leaving the right amount of pause, because if you leave too much then it's cringy, and if you leave too little then it doesn't have any effect.
yeah,
But like I feel like you have the sort of comedic ability to do stand up, like genuinely, and I could never do that. That
yeah.
wouldn't suit my skills at all.
I
But I
think
feel like you could genuinely do it.
as well with stand up, because I've tried it, like not really, but like I've when I do presentations, I'll slip jokes in, and the joke is that I'm awkward. That's like where my comedy starts and ends. Is like, it's not about a situation. I mean, it's how I deal with the situation.
Yeah.
So the joke, if I was doing stand up, would obviously be me struggling through life. But I don't know. I just think with acting, well, with our acting piece in higher drama, our chemistry was just unbelievable in the rehearsals, and the performance just really threw me off, and I was so nervous for that. But when we were rehearsing it, it was genuinely some of the most fun I've had acting, other than actually my higher piece last
Yeah.
year, because I failed higher in 5th year. Shh. That was really fun because I was playing another insane character, but he was like more insane than Hanny. Because I think any play where you get to scream, why did the chicken cross the road in your mate's face, is a play that I want to be a part of. It was just so good.
Yeah.
And as well, like because JJ and I were doing it, and we've already got quite good. We had a good chemistry already, and then doing that play really helped with how we bounce jokes off each other. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Look at me, Ben Ironside, the next Steve Carell. I don't know. I've also I watched this monologue that someone had made up, and it was so David Brent. Like it was unbelievable. And I kind of I want to start doing that. I kind of want to make a character
Mhm.
and start uploading videos with him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But like not sketches, but it'll obviously be scripted. But there'll be videos of the character talking to his webcam, a bit like how I did the Mulan rant, but instead of a Mulan rant, it'll be about how his mates left him out of going to the pub that weekend.
That'd be good, yeah.
Because I do want to try and have more Brent comedy. Because Ricky Gervais, Frankie Boyle, and Robin Williams are some of my favorite stand-ups. But Ricky Gervais mainly because of The Office. Like his writing is so good. It works for every character he does. Because I don't know, there are some writers I watch or some comedians I watch their stuff and it's like you're just writing for the same character over and over again.
You've
But
got
with,
to watch. You've got to watch Creep Show.
yeah,
I don't know if you have
yeah.
seen it.
David Mitchell's
It's
just incredible.
David Mitchell and Robert Webb are brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's like my second or my third favorite TV show of all time.
Mhm.
But like my first is Horrible History, so it doesn't really.
Oh,
it
Horrible
doesn't have
Histories
to.
as well. Genuinely, it is one of the greatest comedies.
No, I
like
think
comedy
Horrible Histories
series.
is the best show ever out of the ones
Yeah.
I've seen. It's
Yeah.
it's partly biased because I watched it as a kid, but also,
Yeah.
by the way, the cast of Horrible Histories are currently starring and like making a new show called Ghosts.
Damn.
Season 1 and season 2 are right now, and they're brilliant.
Okay.
Like genuinely, like they're not like risque or anything. Like a younger person could watch them because it's the Horrible Histories cast.
Yeah.
But they're genuinely ridiculously funny, like laugh
Yeah.
out loud moments.
Oh, it's just because it was made with such a low budget.
Yeah.
They had to reuse sets. But the writing is so good. Do you know in like I don't know how many years they did it, but there were only 8 historical inaccuracies
That's mad.
in all of the writing because they had.
Wait, was that including the ones that they admitted were inaccurate?
I don't know. But there was
But
one.
anyway, like 8
you know
in all those seasons is insane.
the Four Georges song,
Yeah.
Born to Rule. I was gonna sing it there, but I'm not that drunk yet. Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
that song isn't accurate because I think it's George the Second and George the Third were grandfather and grandson. Oh yeah, because the line is, I used to argue with my dad or something like that, and when he died, no. What? Oh no. I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics.
Basics of what you mean.
Yeah.
Basics of what you mean.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna look up the lyrics because it's really annoying me.
But basically, this was like a show aimed at kids that is funny for everyone and historically accurate.
Mm.
Like
Do you know
that is literally what got me into history.
As well, it won a sketch award, like for the best comedy sketch show on British TV.
It should have.
It did.
It's insanely funny.
It's incredible.
It's good for all ages, honestly. Like I was watching it with Lucy like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. The
genuinely like love it.
The line is, "It's George II. I like to argue. Now that's clear, especially with my father here. But when he died of diarrhea, I fought with my son." But George III was George II's grandson. and that's one of the 8
See,
inaccuracies.
that's like to make
But
to make
to make the song flow better, they made
to
it.
make 8 inaccuracies in a child-centric show.
Yeah. Because they could have very easily just
To
bent
make only
the
8
the
historic.
stuff.
That's like less than most.
Oh yeah, actually, I watched a
That's
video.
basically that's like less than most adult-aimed history shows.
Actually, I watched a video and the title was "Horrible Histories" is more accurate than most stuff on the History Channel. I'm gonna look it up. Sorry. I'll look up the article and then
It literally is.
yeah.
I mean, like, especially if you're looking at American history,
Mm-hmm.
American history stuff will 100% be less accurate than horrible histories. I think it's probably because horrible histories weren't afraid to show like the gross and the gory stuff.
Yeah, because there's
Like when
this
other
thing.
shows were worried to show the sort of more.
Yeah, they were talking about
The
like
people that made it, like,
kids being used as
I know the cast
chimney
members, 'cause there's
sweeps.
too many of them, but
Yeah,
you know.
they talked about kids
Yeah.
being chimney sweeps in one episode, and they were like, because the main thing that the rat says, because yeah, Horrible Histories is hosted by a rat. In case you didn't know, it's horrible, but that's because it's true. You don't need to make up
Exactly.
things about history to gross out kids, because all throughout history, people have done disgusting, deplorable things, and you don't need to make things up for better viewing.
Yeah, people worry about either history not being interesting enough for kids, or history being too gross for kids that they have to hide that stuff from us.
I think it's
But
just
horrible histories find the middle ground where they find stuff that they know that kids of like 8 to 12 find that sort of stuff really interesting. Like that's the sort of grosser stuff, and the more sort of just like memorable stuff is the sort of things that interest that group. But they also find
yeah.
like that sort of like insanely middle ground of humor
Mhm.
where kids of 8 and adults of 40 can watch horrible histories and enjoy it.
Like, you know, the shouty man stuff.
Like I genuinely think that's a skill that very few people possess, but the
Yeah.
horrible histories cast did.
Do you know when the
Like I
the guy
still
comes in?
watch, I'm an adult now, I'm 18, and I still watch that and their other shows and think this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Like the shouty man sketches.
What guy?
The shout, you know, when he comes in and he's like, "Hello, I'm a shouty man," and then he pitches
Oh,
like the
yeah.
most insane product that has been used
I'm
in
a
history.
shouty man.
I'm a shouty man. Yeah, the article is called "The Kids Show More Factually Accurate
Yeah.
Than the History Channel," and the doctor sketches when it's like historical doctors. Oh, it's so good. It's such a well written show. I love it.
It's so smart that they play it like TV tropes and film tropes.
Mhm. Yeah.
And they play it like the stuff that like it's obviously really entertaining for kids because it's a kids show, but the stuff that kids wouldn't the stuff that kids wouldn't recognize, like there's some like more sort of adult aim jokes, and also the songs that they did, like they did songs every episode. I recognized in one episode like a cover of This Charming Man by the Smiths, which like 8-year-old kids in 2008 would
Yeah.
not know.
There's
But
an Eminem parody.
Exactly, there's Eminem, there's the Smiths,
Yeah.
there's
It's
literally
madness.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love when
it's
they
sort of
as
it's
well when
not aimed at kids.
they do like love stories, like spoofs of love story, like rom-coms, but it's a historical love story. Because there was one, I can't even remember the names of the people, but it's like a Roman emperor cut off the head of his wife to give to a new woman, in a basket of grapes or something like that, and like they packaged that as a rom-com coming to cinemas soon, and it's so good. What else is
Yeah.
there? I don't even know. Oh, it's just incredible.
It's a masterpiece, and
Yeah.
I think everybody as a child and probably now has had a crush on Matthew Bainton from Horrible Histories.
Is he the one that plays Charles
You know the guy I'm
II?
thinking of.
He plays Charles II, doesn't
Um,
he?
hang on, the one that everyone had a crush on. It's probably him. Look up Matthew Bainton.
Okay.
Baynton.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's in Gavin and Stacey. He's a
Yeah,
beautiful man.
he's also in Peep Show. He's the guy that everyone has a crush on.
in Gavin and Stacey, he's just an idiot, and I feel like they wasted him
I
as a
haven't seen Gavin and
character.
Stacey.
It's quite good. It's the only thing James Corden's in that I can actually bear to watch.
He's got a small role in Peep Show, but he
Yeah.
plays like he's plays like I think he's like David Mitchell's love interest's hot boyfriend. I
Oh
think
my
that's
God.
it. I think
I looked up.
I might be wrong.
I tried to look up him again, but it was Matthew Boynton, who is a cop. Okay. Yeah, Matthew Boynton. What else has he been in?
He's just
Yonderland.
Yonderland is so good. Yonderland was another one that they filmed with the Horrible Histories cast. It was more child aimed than Ghosts. Ghosts.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the. Honestly, look at the Rotten Tomatoes score and the IMDb score of Ghosts right now.
Right now, I was
Yeah.
going to look up what he'd been in. I think it's
He's been
amazing
in
that
that.
Horrible History's got the proms.
Horrible Histories is incredible.
Yeah. I remember
Look at
watching it
that.
at the proms. It was so good. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes.
And 7.9 on IMDb. That's like insane.
Also, I just want to say, Simon Farnby, you need to give James Chesney his flow back
Oh yeah.
and stop looking like him. He wrote
Horrible
Paddington too. That
Horrible
is
Histories
mental.
has one of the better scores on IMDb. It's got almost a 9 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's incredible. We've said it a lot, but Horrible Histories is amazing, and we should probably stop talking about it before it gets old.
Yeah, we should probably get near the end of the podcast now. Though.
Possibly, yeah.
We've gotten quite. This could just be the kind of drunk Horrible Histories podcast.
Okay.
I just love
Well,
it so much.
as this has been recorded, actually, it's gone past midnight, so this is now being recorded on the 10th and the 11th. So if you think about it, it's a 48-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Next one, we may or may not have a guest.
Hopefully,
if she decides to come on the podcast, and if she doesn't, then she's dead to us.
She's a snake.
Snake, hiss, hiss.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank you for
watching,
watching.
fellas. And fellas.
I don't know how many fellas we're on now, but thank you so much, all of you.
Probably like 20,000.
Probably like 2 million.
Yeah, we're probably A-list we're just A-list celebrities at this point. Who cares?
Yeah. Thank you for accepting me into the new role in the next Bond film. Yeah.
Live at the Apollo won't be on for like years because of
you're already slated into it.
The whole pandemic. I'm so sorry. The pandemic's
asked.
real. That was a joke.
Uh-oh.
Ben Ironson's cancelled party? No, over
right.
party.
Should we scoot?
Okay, we should scoot, boot, and get on foot.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Remember to subscribe to Sam and Ben's Film Corner, or else you support Everton.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. Ugh.
Exactly. Subscribe to Sam and Ben's Film Corner. Follow Scandi Reviews on Instagram. Follow Scandi Sam and Scandi Ben on TikTok.
Who else did we plug? Did we plug anyone?
Follow Matthew Bainton on Twitter.
DM Matthew Bainton and said Sam Much has a crush on you. Yes, everyone watching that everyone watching right now, DM Matthew Benton and say Sam Much has a crush on you.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Okay. All
Lord.
right. Anyway. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
We love you
Thank you
all.
for listening to the podcast, cuties.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. And the week after that.
Bye.
And every week until you pass.